Hi everyone, masofdas here to talk about Mindseye. Yes, Mindseye, and as the title suggests, I did get the Platinum Trophy for it. Now, I didn't actually go into the game aiming for the Platinum, it just came naturally through playing. In fact, after actually finishing the main story, it was only missing one trophy, which I was able to grab quite easily via the chat to select. The game has over 30 missions, so it's easy to go back in. Why I did get Mindseye in the first place, not for the easy platinum, because I was curious about it, because IO Active picked up the publishing for it, Sony featured it in a state of play, and of course Leslie Benzie's name's being attached, added obviously some weight to it, so there must have been something here right for IO to pick it up, Sony to feature it. Was it just because of Leslie Benzie's name? So I was curious to find out. When the reviews started dropping though, it didn't look good. The game got terrible reviews. It actually says on 34 on OpenCredit, making it one of the worst reviewed games ever. And from what I read now and what I saw, was one of the main issues was performance. Yet Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sits on the 71, and I've played stuff like Chasing Dead, which on the Wii U, which you need to look up. I might actually have a video on it, which is way worse. So I was thinking, how bad could it be, this 34 rated game? I'm going to be obviously honest here, I played on the PS5 Pro. There's obviously been a few patches for Mindseye. I believe I'm on 1.9, was like 1.09, I think there was like an 8 or 9 gig patch. There is still frame rate issues, which is noticeable, especially when you're driving. I imagine it's worse on the base PS5, but obviously the extra power of the Pro helps you stable somewhat. That said, once you're in missions, which they're quite linear, and the performance does improve, the game might appear open world, but if you veer off the main path, you get a mission left area, fail screen and all that, so really it plays more like a structured action game with a semi-open world and stuff like that. The missions are, all vary and stuff like that, so you got simple recon tasks, like the one I missed a trophy on, using a drone with story bits thrown in. There's obviously third-person gunfights using the standard cover system. It performs fine in these sections unless there are too many enemies on screen, explosions and all that stuff. So surprising, the voice acting isn't bad at all, especially the main guy, which I feel he's had a few flops now. I don't know if Mafia 3 flop, but he was the main guy in that, I believe. Cutscenes look decent, especially the character models. The story is definitely on the silly side, and also it's a short game. It took me about 12 hours to finish. Again, I remember I got the platinum, and I was only missing one trophy from that, so there wasn't, I have to go do all this side content to get it, and it's now going to be 20 hours. No, it's literally I just played and finished the game, 12 hours, and it's just $54.99 on PSN. Obviously you can find it cheaper. Like I did, I picked it up for 20 quid on eBay used, and I actually sold it back for 18. So for that, I didn't lose much, and I don't think it's a bad price if you can find it. For that, it might be worth a look. So that, and interesting, before Mindseye, the last game I played was Mafia: The Old Country. The Mafia comparison or hint continues. These two actually share a few similarities, so they're both quite short. They're both open worlds that are just, a backdrop of linear missions. Both have a third-person cutscene system, etc. You can see this in my video of the horse racing mission. Basically, that's the whole missions, give and take. I cut some bits, but that's I think my video is like 8 or 10 minutes long, and let's say the whole mission is 20 of cutscenes, and that's quite short there. However, Mafia is obviously clearly more polished. The voice acting is better overall. Like I said, the main guy in Mindseye is quite good, but some of the side characters and stuff a little bit iffy. I think they're kind of supposed to be a bit like that, especially one of the guys. I think he's supposed to be like an Elon Musk tech bro type thing. Obviously, the story in Mafia, I would say, isn't as silly. It's much more grounded, but it is quite predictable. The music is slightly more memorable. Like you have that Mafia a main theme and stuff kicked in, although I will admit I am awful at remembering video game music. And although Mafia feels more like it's worth its $44.99 price tag, I think if Mindseye had a bit more development time, it could have been a much better game than we got. Still, I don't think it deserves a 34. It's rough for sure, but it's not that bad. Thanks for watching. I've been masofdas, and I'll see you again sometime.